Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, I want you to picture this for a second. You're a battlefield commander. A threat appears on your radar. You push the button, launching a $3 million Patriot missile. Boom.
Perfect hit.
A perfect hit. Target is completely destroyed. But then you get the report back. That target was a $500 commercial drone you can get on Amazon.
Congratulations, you won the battle, but you're losing the economic war badly. And that really gets to the core of what we're talking about today, CUAS, or counter-drone systems. This isn't just about high-tech gadgets. It's about a fundamental, an asymmetry in modern warfare.
That's this cost curve problem the source material kept mentioning, right? We're seeing it in Ukraine and the Middle
Yeah.
East. The threat is growing exponentially, but the cost to defend against it is, well, it's breaking the bank.
Exactly. It's like using a Ferrari to chase a kid on a skateboard. Sure, you can catch him, but it is completely unsustainable. So the mission for this deep dive is to break down how this tech is trying to fix that equation. And it all starts with something called the kill chain.
The standard flow: detect, identify, track, and then mitigate. But looking at the sources, it seems like that very first step, detect, is already in deep trouble. We've relied on radar for decades. Why is it failing now?
Because traditional radar was designed to spot big, fast, high-flying metal tubes, jets and missiles.
Right.
But for a drone that's hugging the treetops, maybe the size of a bird,
Hmm.
and flying slow, it just gets lost in the noise.
Yeah.
Called ground clutter. Radar can be blind to it.
So we need different kinds of eyes and ears, which
Yeah.
is where I assume RF or radio frequency detection comes in, basically eavesdropping on the drone's conversation with its operator.
RF is great, yeah,
Yeah.
until the enemy goes radio silent. If a drone is flying a pre-programmed GPS route in autonomous mode, there's nothing to listen to.
Ah.
And that's why, it's interesting that the sources pointed this out. Acoustic sensing is making a comeback.
That sounds almost retro. You mean just listening for it?
It's very high-tech listening. You use microphone arrays to pick up the specific frequency of the drone's propellers. It can even hear a drone that's hiding behind a building, something radar could never do. And the key part, it's passive. It's not sending out a signal, so the enemy has no idea you're even listening.
Okay, so let's say we've found the drone. Now, for the main event, how do you take it down? The documents split this into soft kill and hard kill. Soft kill sounds a bit like electronic magic.
It pretty much is. The most common form is jamming. Think of it like shouting in a library to disrupt a conversation. You're just blasting noise to sever the link. But the more sophisticated approach is spoofing. You're not making noise anymore. You're telling lies.
Yeah, this part blew my mind. You send fake GPS signals to trick the drone into thinking it's somewhere else.
Exactly. You can convince it that it's 5 kilometers off course or that it's entered a no-fly zone, which triggers its own protocol to land automatically. Some tech, like the defense system, can even hijack the communication protocol and just take it over, fly it down safely, which is perfect for a city since you don't have pieces of metal falling out of the sky.
A clean cyber takeover. But what if the drone isn't listening? If it's using inertial navigation or has anti-jamming tech, that's when you have to get physical.
That's when hard kill enters the chat. And this is where the tech is finally starting to solve that cost problem we mentioned at the start. Take a look at Anduril's Roadrunner.
The reusable jet interceptor.
Yes, think of it like a boomerang that flies at the speed of a jet. It launches vertically to chase down a drone. But the genius part is, if the mission is called off or doesn't need to engage, it can fly back, land vertically, refuel, and be used again.
That completely flips the economic model. You aren't just throwing away a missile every time.
Exactly.
But even the Roadrunner can't handle the boss level challenge the reports brought up. Drone swarms.
You're right. You can't launch 500 Roadrunners if 500 drones are coming at you at once. That's a saturation attack. At that point, you need to evolve from shooting bullets to, well, using a floodlight. And that's where a system like the Leonidas from Epirus comes in.
High power microwaves, or HPM.
Imagine a focused EMP, an electromagnetic pulse. It projects a cone of energy that instantly fries the electronics of anything inside it. It doesn't care if there are 5 drones or 50. If they're in that cone, their circuits are toast.
That's like swapping a fly swatter for a can of bug spray. The efficiency is on another level.
A perfect analogy. And its ammunition is just electricity. As long as you have a generator running, you have a bottomless magazine.
So if these microwave cannons are so effective, why don't we have one at every airport or stadium?
Physics? And a lot of regulations. If you fire that thing in a city, you're not just frying the drone. You could be frying a hospital's medical equipment next door or knocking out the Wi-Fi for an entire block.
Right, collateral damage. Even with a physical intercept, falling debris in a downtown area is a massive problem. So this is a legal nightmare, not just a technical one.
Absolutely. And if we look to the future, this entire fight is becoming AI versus AI. A drone swarm moves too fast. Human reaction time, what they call human latency, is just too slow to counter it.
That sounds both fascinating and, frankly, a little terrifying.
The defensive systems of the future will likely have to be fully autonomous, from detecting the threat to making the decision to kill, all within milliseconds.
Which leaves us with one final very big question. When an AI pulls the trigger, what happens if it gets it wrong? If it mistakes a delivery drone for a threat and takes it down, who's responsible? The operator or the algorithm?
That is a legal and ethical minefield for another day.
Indeed it is. That's our deep dive into the war of the drones. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.